If you would like to light a Shabbat candle, please come on forward. We have 2 trays worth. This is an early starting service, which means everyone's going to be late. Charles? Testing, 1098-7654-321. Sam, I have a really important question for you. The religious school kids who are going to start the service are not here, so we're going to ask everyone over the age of 80 to come forward to lead. Come light a Shabbat candle. We'd love to have you light a Shabbat candle. You guys are not early, but welcome to Kol Tikva. Manianga, Manianga. Come, light a Shabbat candle. Guys, we're not going to start this service in 4 minutes, I can already tell. Come, light a Shabbat candle, and do not burn your own sleeve. Come and light a Shabbat candle. Be very careful of your sleeve. Come, light a Shabbat candle. If you're a little kid, you got to bring an adult with you. Where's the Rossman granddaughter? She has laryngitis? Better now than in a couple weeks. Come light a candle, Joanne. James, give us 5 more minutes. Hello, Nybergies. You have 3 minutes left, and then we're actually going to start on the 3rd try. So if you haven't lit a Shabbat candle yet and you would like to do so, please come forward. Hello, half the Nybergies.
ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. Sing with us, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, 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 Shalom Aleichem. Let's try this one more time. Hine ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, 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 Shalom Aleichem.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat.
It is great to see everyone here tonight. We will be honoring Shabbat. We will be honoring Tu B'Shvat, and we'll also be kicking off with the celebration of Charles' Bar Mitzvah. Let's give him a big round of applause. Charles has been a true fixture around our religious school for years upon years. I remember when he's about this tall, which is hard to believe because he's now this tall. But he's been around and participating for years, and I know that his family and this community look forward to honoring him tomorrow. So, Tu B'Shvat, it's a very special holiday. It's one of our 4 Jewish New Years, because Jews don't believe in just one Jewish New Year, they believe in a bunch. And this is the one where we honor the trees. And the name, directs us towards the idea of trees, because 2 means 15, and Shabbat is the name of the month. So it actually has nothing to do with trees, the name of the holiday. I thought I'd get at least one laugh out of that, but I'll give another try. Tu B'Shvat celebrates trees, even though its name it only stands for a date. The 15th of Shvat is supposed to be a birthday and a new year, a birthday of the trees. And this new year celebrates everything around us, trees and plants and foliage, and that growth that coincides with spring. And do you know what will soon be happening both in Southern California and in Israel? Well, foliage will start to grow again after winter. And we'll see sadly, from these fires and from this ash, we will start to see greenery come up in the spring. Flowers and buds begin to appear. And so we have Tu B'Shvat just as the winter ends in Israel and spring is about to begin, and we begin to see this blossoming. And so just before this blossoming, we honor our trees, our vegetation. We honor the idea that they're going to soon be coming back to life, giving us so much. The origin for Tu B'Shvat in our Torah is a bit vague, believe it or not. It's more of a Talmudic holiday. But it does correlate a little bit, some of the comments in our Torah, but the idea that the earth gives to us, and so we must do the same in return. So trees. Obviously, trees have always been helpful to people since time began. And trees have always been a symbol of life. And there's a story. There's a story about the time of Noah back during the Great Flood. When water covered most of the world, we know that Noah brought 2 of every kind of animal and 7 pairs of each kosher type of animal onto his ark. And when that rain stopped, well, he sent out a bird. And that bird came back, showing that there was a sign of life. And what was that sign the bird brought back? It was a branch from an olive tree. Trees always remind us of life. And this story reminds us that those animals and those people on that boat weren't sure what was going to happen next, but when they got that branch, they knew the trees were sprouting from the ground, that land was nearby. So let's always give thanks to the trees for what they represent, for what they give us. And of course, because an olive branch was a sign of hope, let's look for signs of hope around us. And every Shabbat, the sign of hope that comes into our lives is the Sabbath bride. She enters our lives each week, filling our hearts with joy, with hope, with gladness. So we're going to sing Lachado D on page 138. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, rising on that final verse and facing the back door.
Yalai, lalai, lai. Yai, lalai, lalai. Yai, lalai, lai. Yai, lalai, lalai. Yai, lalai, lai. Yai, rai, 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 rai. Yai, rai, rai. Yai, rai, 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 rai. Lecha doti. Likra kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmi'anu אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה חילה לך דודי לקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצוהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated unless your name is Charles, and then you're going to bring your family forward with you to light our Shabbat candles. As Charles bravely lights the candles, we welcome in that Shabbat bride. These candlesticks represent a gateway to which she passes. From wherever she comes into our lives. It's always the trick candle every week. He's going to throw out his shoulder in a minute.
Use this. Oh.
It's a Shabbos miracle.
Yalla la 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 rai 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 rai. Yalla la rai 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 rai. Yalla la rai 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 rai. Rai 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 rai. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We're planning the service up here, as you can tell. We'd like everyone to rise for the Baruch. The Baruch is found on page 146.
Lai la lai la lai la la lai lai. Lai la lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai rai 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 rai. Lai rai 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 rai. Lai rai 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 rai. Lai la lai 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 rai. Lai rai 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 rai. Barechu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Vaed. Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Vaed.
Please remain standing for the Shema. Two men were fighting over a piece of land containing many fruit trees. They brought their dispute to a rabbi. And after listening to each man's case, the rabbi put his ear to the ground. And after a moment, he stood up and said, "The land says that it belongs to neither of you. You both belong to the land." When we look beyond what a tree or land provides, we see a connection, how it connects each one of us. We interact with trees, interacting and sharing our space. They help us survive. They give us nourishment and oxygen. As trees, this earth, it cares for us as we care for it. We are united as one organism throughout all of humanity. So as we say the Shema, let us think about our connections, not just to other humans, but to all of nature. We cover our eyes, and we take a deep breath in and out. And now the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You be seated unless your name is Charles, and then you're going to come forward and help us with V'ahavta. You have a mic over there? The V'ahavta is a prayer of love. It's a prayer that reminds us to always teach our children to do what is right. Please sing along with Charles.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבת על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Yasher Koach. A big round of applause for Charles. Very poised. We turn to page 158 for the Micha Mocha. The Micha Mocha is a song of joy. And there's a story that has nothing to do with the Mir HaMocha, but has a lot to do with Tu B'Shvat. And it speaks about blades of grass, because we're taught that every blade of grass is an angel. And each whispers, well, to their own blade of grass, grow, 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 encouraging them to reach ever higher and higher. And earlier today I was thinking about this commentary. And I thought about how it does relate to the Sea of Reeds, how it does relate to the Mir HaMocha. Because there we were encouraged to cross. And some believe that each one of us has an angel on our shoulder, telling us to do what is right. And in this case, the angels of the Sea of Reeds were saying, step forward for change to occur, step forward. All of humanity, each one of us, has that angel, if we so choose to listen. The Mir HaMocha, page 158.
Lie, la, lie, lie, ya, la, lie, la, lie. Ya, lie, la, lie, lie, ya, la, lie, la, lie. Ya, la, lie, lie, ya, la, lie, la, lie. Ya, ra, 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 ya, ra, 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 ra. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלי, לילה לילה, לילה 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 לילה, לילה לילה לילה, לילה לילה, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים, לפני משה ומרים, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה לילה, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלי, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה.
We turn to page 162 for Vishamru. Page 162. As an introduction to this prayer, let us read the translation in the middle of the page. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat. Observing Shabbat throughout the ages is a covenant for all time, is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth. On the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn to page 371 for the Misha Berach prayer. We say the Misha Berach for those who are ill of mind, body, and spirit. On our Misha Berach list, Amy Coiteau, Bruce Newman, Denise Fontaine, Erwin Ames, Lisa Sage, Lauren Kleinrock, Louise Paleo, Lynn Newman, Mark Jeff, Micah Ember, Alex Kotowski, Morris Odvalas, Milo Mandel, Neil Mitchell, Rabbi Stanley Davids, Steve Lincoln, Susan Vidal, Yoni Arusi, Rob Glucroft, Charlotte Cohen, Annette Diamond, Ruth Greenbaum, Hank Lothenberg, and Caleb Meshnick. We also think of those in Israel, those affected by acts of terrorism, anti-Semitism, bigotry, and war, those caught in natural and unnatural disasters, those healing from all too frequent gun violence, and all those caring for the ill. If you have an additional name for our Misha Berach list, please share it with me now. Misha Berach Avatenu V'Yimatenu. May the God of our ancestors grant a refuah shlema, a complete and full healing to all those named this evening, and to all those we hold in our hearts. And together we say, the singing of Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBeracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBeracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn to page 164 for the Amidah, the standing prayer. Please rise if you are able. And as we rise, let us remember to pray as if everything depends on God, but to act as if everything depends on us.
Adonai, sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים צומח נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently through page 180. When you're done with your silent prayer, you may be seated.
All right. Raise your hand if you go to religious school here at Kol Tikva. Excellent. All of you raising your hands, stand up and come up here to the bimah and sing with me.
You know what, Joel, I see some former students here too. Maybe they should come and join too.
Oh, they should definitely come up here. Former Kol Tikva students have to come up here.
I want to put you all up here on the yellow line. Toes on the yellow line.
All right, we've been working on a song called Sadiq Katamar.
Page 140.
You guys ready? This is odd. I'm behind you. Maybe I'll come up in front of you guys. Sadiq Tzaddik katamar yifrach, yifrach, tzaddik katamar yifrach, tzaddik katamar yifrach, yifrach, tzaddik katamar yifrach. Ke'erez balvanon yizke, ke'erez balvanon yizke, ke'erez balvanon yizke, yizke. Que eres balvanon yizke, que eres balvanon yizke, que eres balvanon yizke, yizke. One more time, tzaddik katamar, tzaddik katamar yifrach, yifrach, tzaddik katamar yifrach, tzaddik katamar yifrach, yifrach, tzaddik katamar yifrach. Que eres balvanon yizke, que eres balvanon yizke, que eres balvanon yizke, yizke. Que eres balvanon yizke, que eres balvanon yizke, que eres balvanon yizke, yizke. We've prepared another song for all of you. This is Inch by Inch, known as the Garden Song. I think we have lyrics in our Shalom sheet, no? Maybe. Yeah, we do. So open up your Shalom sheet. We've got lyrics in there. Join us. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, inch by inch, row by row. Bless these seeds, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe, please keep them safe below, till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones. We are made of dreams and bones. Need a spot to call my own, for the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, grain for grain, sun and rain, sun and rain. I'll find my way in nature's chain, tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row. Please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below, till the rain comes tumbling down.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you, students. And you guys can return to your seats now. I got a bit of a story that's going to take up most of my sermon, because I know we have a lot of kids tonight. But we're going to begin by talking about trees, because that's what we've been doing all night. We've been talking about trees and plants because of Tu B'Shvat. And we've been discussing how trees do a lot of good for us. They give us shade, which is quite useful on a hot day. They provide fruit, which is quite useful when we're hungry. Their roots, well, they protect us from mudslides on a rainy day. And their branches create homes for birds and other animals. And at the end of their days, they provide wood so we can build our homes. And obviously, we could all think of other reasons why trees are so key in our lives. So what do we owe trees? So let me share a story from the Talmud. A story about a man who was a circle maker. A long, long time ago in the land of Israel, there lived a very wise man named Honi, the circle maker. Does anybody know anybody who's in the circle business? I'm shocked. I thought everyone knew someone in the circle business. Now, Honi was famous in his day because Honi knew special prayers that no one else knew. But despite being so wise, Honi was also very impatient. He didn't like to do a lot of work. He was kind of selfish. Well, one time during the rainy season, no rain fell. I think we can all relate to that. And the ground was too hard for planting. Crops began to dry out, and the people began to worry. So they cried out, "What will we do?" So they went to Honi, the circle maker, and they said, "Please, Mr. Circle Maker, can you talk to God? Can you ask God to make it rain?" And Honi, while lying on his couch watching Monday Night Football, said, "Why should I?" And the people responded, "If there is no rain, how will we grow our food?" "Ah," said Honi, "I've got plenty of food in my cabinet." "Honi," they cried out, "for once, think about someone besides yourself." "Fine," said Honi. So Honi, the circle maker, drew a big circle on the ground with a piece of chalk. And Honi stood in the middle of that circle, and he looked up in the sky and said, "God, I will not move from this circle until you make it rain." But nothing happened. So Honi continued, "God, maybe you didn't hear me. It is I, Honi, the circle maker. These people, they need rain. A rain of blessing to soften the earth, to bring food to the hungry. I know you, God, are just and compassionate. And I'm not moving from this circle until you make it rain." And then there was thunder and lightning, and the rains fell from the skies, and a tremendous downpour, and the people cheered. They cheered for that grumpy old man named Honi. And then they all ran off to tend to their crops, to plant their vegetables, to collect the rainfall. And afterwards, Honi, he said, "Ah, look at me, I'm soaking wet." He goes, "You know what? A big prayer really makes me hungry." So he went down the road looking for food. And he came upon an elderly woman who was planting a tree. "Excuse me," he said, "what kind of tree are you planting?" And the old woman responded, It's a carob tree." And Honi said to her, "Carob? How long will it take the tree to bear fruit?" And the elderly woman said, "It will take 70 years. 70 years, cried Honi. "I mean not to be rude, but I'm going to be rude anyway. You're not exactly a youngster. Are you certain you're going to live another 70 years to enjoy the fruit of this tree?" "Perhaps not," said the woman. "However, I was born into this world, I found many beautiful carob trees planted by those who came before me. Just as my ancestors planted trees for me, I am planting trees for my children and my grandchildren, so they will have carob to eat." And for the rest of his days, Honi the circle maker learned that it's better to think of others than to be selfish. So he helped to plant carob trees, so that all children and grandchildren, so that all future generations would have plenty to eat when they came into the world. And today, if you go to northern Israel, you can still see carob trees planted by generations that came before. The way we show we are thankful for those who came before us is to make things better for those who will come after us. Planting trees, making sure that we protect our environment so that our trees can survive is key. Nothing should pull us away from working with others when it comes to things like our environment and agreements like the Paris Climate Accord. Nothing should distract us from the goal of improving the world around us. Nothing should distract us if we really care about future generations. If we only worry about today and today's rainfall, we won't accomplish much. But if we think about future rainfalls, future crop harvest, well, and the air we'll breathe 100 years from now, we'll be helping the future. As Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai used to say, if you happen to be standing with a sapling in your hand and someone says to you, "The Messiah has come," you don't drop the plant. You continue to plant. You never stop planting, no matter how good the days have become, because we don't know what the future will hold. Planting any tree, caring for our planet, none of these things should be delayed for any reason. So don't drop the tree just because something distracts you. And always pray for rain, not too much, but just enough for plants and all living things. And remember, to plant the seeds for future generations. It's my blessing for each and every one of you tonight. May you remember that we are the recipients of the gifts, the trees, and that nature has given us. May you remember that we share this earth with so many of God's creations. And may we always remember that we are partners in creation. It's our responsibility to protect all that grows. And together we say, and now a time, a song about our tree of life, or about our Torah, because our Torah is a tree of life. It's a symbol of trees. It's a symbol of us. And so now we'll sing about it, a time.
It can be found on page 158. It's time hiלה מחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר עץ חיים הילה מחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר שלום 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 Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Let's hear you guys. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, 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 Shabbat shalom.
And now we're going to call forward board member and former President Steve Page, a true upright tree of our community. I'd call him a cedar. I'm going to put you right in front. Okay, you can, yeah.
Shabbat shalom. Put on my reading glasses so I can see what I'm supposed to read here. Thank you, Rabbi and Joel, for a very beautiful, sorry, I used the microphone, and meaningful service. I do like trees, so this was very meaningful. As Joel knows, we've walked in nature together, right? I'd like to thank James for working our soundboard and streaming in the back. Thank you very much for doing this. I'd like to thank Bridget and Sam for sponsoring tonight's Onig in honor of Charles' B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow. And thank you to Matt and Lorraine for sponsoring our community event tonight. Thank you very much. And Susan and Karen for supporting tonight's event. And thank you to everyone else who donated to help defray the costs of this celebration. Our community celebrations are really an important part of Kol Tikva, so we really urge you to donate and help sponsor because it helps us put on these great events that really bring us all together. So thank everybody who really participated tonight. Now, Charles, I'd like you to come up here for a second. I'm not going to make you light any candles, don't worry. You did an amazing job tonight, and you're going to do great tomorrow, so just enjoy every moment of it. For the board of directors, we have a little gift for you. This is a Kiddush cup. And we want you to remember not just tonight and tomorrow, but all the times you've had amongst this community here and really relish it. And every time you look at that for years to come, think about how this was so much a part of your life for so many years. So good luck tomorrow. You're going to do great. I have a few very quick announcements. Our next big community event is Purim on March 14th. And that's always one of our most fun, spectacular nights. So again, if you can contribute in any way to help us have an amazing event, please do, but also please attend. So it'll be a fun event. Save the date for our big temple gala on Saturday, April 26th. We'll be honoring Dan Roman and Joe and Ira Karnofsky for their dedication and service to Kol Tikva. It should also be a very special night, and details will be coming soon on that, but look for the invitations. And then save the date for our golf tournament on June 9th. You do not need to be a good golfer. I play almost every year, and I am not a good golfer. It will be held at Spanish Hills again, and we look forward to seeing all of our golfers there. I also want to thank everyone who donated Judaica items and the abundance of toiletries for wildfire victims tonight. And if you didn't, I'm sure you can still drop some off at the temple. Tonight's tzedakah will also go to the California Fire Foundation. The California Fire Foundation provides emotional and financial assistance to families of fallen firefighters in the communities that they protect. If you're new to Kol Tikva tonight, welcome. We're glad to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. Please be safe and vigilant, and remember to take care of yourselves and all of us here in this room. Take care of each other. Shabbat Shalom.
We turn to page 598 for the mourner's Kaddish. Our hearts turn to those who are no longer on this earth. On our recently departed list, we find Jean Darnell, remembered by the Oberman and Darnell families, Sharon Friedman, remembered by the Friedman family, and Stephen Mandel, remembered by the Mandel family. We also hold in our prayers the hostages and soldiers we have lost in the current Mideast conflict, those taken by gun violence, those that have passed due to floods, fires, and other natural and unnatural disasters, and those that have no one but us to say Kaddish for them. We also think of those who died during this season in years past. Robert Adler, Nick Alexander, Jacob Alone, Fanny Ames Fink, Kenny Anderson, Morris Balkin, Herman Barish, Sarah Bellin, Regina Brandon, Ken Brenner, Edith Kalin, Terry Cook, Reuben Fenster, Saul Ginsberg, Moshe Grossman, George Hoffing, Seymour Howard, Andy Howard, Anna Jaffe, Charles E. Kahn, Henry Cash, George Lauer, Samuel Lees, Dora Levinson, Barbara June Licker, Fred Mashat, Farhad Moshe Marabi, Marvin Meyer, Archie Newman, Herbert Pass, Elaine Ruth Rabney, Louis Rosen, Harvey Rosenblum, Ida Sachs, Lila Sassoon, Audrey Shai, Ruth Sugarman, Arthur Saran, Sidney Olberg, and Marcia Jordan. If you have an additional name for our Kaddish or Yortzeit list, please share it with me now. Recently, part of the list, we actually are missing Barry Goldberg. I apologize for that. Barry Goldberg. We are on page 598. If you're in the first 7 days of mourning, Shiva, please rise. If you're in the first 30 days of mourning, please rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, please rise. These are the mourners in our midst. We rise to show them our love and our support. We are on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlech malchutei, v'chayachon v'yimachon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav yizman kari v'imru, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarak le'olam olamei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'rechu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel v'imru. Amen. May the one who makes peace on high grant peace to all who mourn, to all Israel, and to all humankind. And together we say, please remain standing. Put your arms around the people next to you. We're going to conclude with Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom Bimromav. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom Bimromav. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Charles, come right over here and hold up this Kiddush cup. Walk a little slower, please. There you go. Pick that up, turn around, hold it up high. We're going to do a short Kiddush tonight.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim.
Your seats. Get out of your seats. Come put your hand on the shoulders of somebody. Let's all connect with our host of the night, the people who are paying for your dinner, in the center of all of this. And if you can't come forward, send your spirit forward. Let us be one big community. Hold on, slow down. Hold on, let's point at this and go yummy, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
And now let's do Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avo.
L'chaim, come get some challah. And then go get